going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Coming off another exciting day at the World Cup. We've now reached the final two quarterfinals. I'm going to be giving out 4 official plays between Norway and England and Argentina against Switzerland. I actually think there is some really good value on both underdogs. I believe the market is giving too much respect to England and Argentina simply because of their names. While Norway and Switzerland have quietly been two of the most impressive teams in this tournament. So let's jump right into it. Now, first, I just want to say we finally won a pick. We predicted that Spain would win and the game would have under 4.5 total goals. Spain won 2-1. So we finally got off the losing streak and we're back to winning ways. Okay, let's talk about Norway and England. This is my favorite play of the day for Saturday, July 11th. Norway on the double chance in the first 90 minutes at plus 100 for 1 unit, and then Norway to qualify at odds of plus 172 for 0.6 units. Now, the handicap really comes down to one simple thing. Norway do not lose many matches. They've only lost twice. They've only actually lost 3 times in their last 25 matches. This is a team that consistently finds a way to stay in games regardless of who they're playing, and they've already proven it throughout this World Cup. Think about all the teams of quality that they've beaten. They beat Senegal. They beat Ivory Coast. They eliminated Brazil. This has not been an easy run for Norway. These have been all legitimate tests that they have passed. Norway have earned their place in this quarterfinal. Now let's talk about England. England absolutely have plenty of talent. I'm not denying that. But when I watch them play, they have not been convincing. They beat DR Congo 2-1, barely scraping by, needing Harry Kane to score an absolute, wonder goal. They drew against Ghana. And yes, they beat Mexico 3-2, but even that match felt very uncomfortable for long stretches. Every time England have played a decent opponent in this World Cup, they've looked vulnerable. So why Norway plus 0.5? Because I don't need Norway to win. I simply need them to avoid losing after 90 minutes. If this game finishes level after regulation, we've already cashed this bet. And considering how often Norway avoid defeat, plus the way England have looked throughout this tournament, I think getting plus money on Norway or the draw is outstanding value. I'm also adding a smaller play on Norway to qualify. If I believe Norway can keep this game level through 90 minutes, then I also believe they have a realistic chance of winning in extra time or penalties. At plus 172, I think it's worth a smaller investment. So Norway plus 0.5 is definitely my stronger opinion, but Norway to qualify is simply adding some upside if they do end up finishing the job. So Norway plus 0.5 and Norway to qualify, both plus value, both good value. Now let's move over to Argentina and Switzerland. And my second favorite play of the day is Switzerland plus 0.5 at odds of plus 126 for 0.8 units. I'm also going to put a little sprinkle on Switzerland to qualify at plus 276 for 0.3 units. I think Argentina deserve to be favorites in this game. I'm not arguing with that. But I think they're being priced like they've been dominant this entire tournament when that's simply just not the case. They barely got past Cape Verde. They barely got past Egypt. Neither performance impressed me. Both matches became much more difficult than they really should have been. Now they're finally facing a team that I believe is significantly stronger than Cape Verde and Egypt. And by the way, Argentina, we can go down the list and look at all the teams they've faced during this World Cup. It hasn't been a bunch of good teams. They faced Jordan, they faced Austria, they faced Algeria. They haven't been tested yet. Meanwhile, I've been very impressed with Switzerland. They defeated Algeria comfortably. They won against Canada in hostile away territory. They just shut out Colombia 0-0 and advanced on penalties, which is, not an easy thing to do. Colombia are a very good team. And that result sparked my attention with Switzerland. Switzerland have defended very well. They're organized, they're disciplined, they're patient. They're exactly the type of underdog that will frustrate a favorite. So when I see Switzerland plus 0.5 at plus 126 odds, I think that's tremendous value. Again, I don't even need Switzerland to win this game. I simply need them to avoid losing after 90 minutes. If this game goes to extra time, this bet already cashes. And then, I'm going to add a smaller sprinkle on Switzerland to qualify. Only 0.3 units. Argentina absolutely could advance. They could qualify. They deserve to be favorites, but I think they've looked much shakier than public perception suggests. If they continue producing performances like they have so far in this tournament, eventually somebody is going to punish them. I think Switzerland are capable of being that team. So if you notice, both of my favorite bets today are actually on the underdogs. But I'm not betting these teams because they're underdogs. I'm betting them because I think the market has overvalued England and Argentina. Quarterfinal football is usually extremely tight. We've seen that throughout this quarterfinals. Margins are small, goals are difficult to come by, and I think both Norway and Switzerland are disciplined enough defensively to make these favorites work for everything. So let's recap the official plays. We're going to take Norway on the double chance at odds of plus 100 for 1 unit. We're going to take Norway to qualify at odds of plus 172 for 0.6 units. And then we're going to head over to the next game, and we're going to take Switzerland on the double chance, odds of plus 126 for 0.8 units. And we're going to take Switzerland to qualify, odds of plus 276 for 0.3 units. Norway is my favorite play on the board, but Switzerland is a very close second. I think there's value on both underdogs for Saturday, July 11th. Those are my official picks for Saturday's World Cup quarterfinals. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave a like, subscribe if you're new because we're covering the World Cup all tournament long, and let me know down below, which underdog do you think has the better chance to pull off the upset? Do you like Norway against England, or do you like Switzerland against Argentina? Thanks for watching. Good luck on your bets if you're playing along, and I'll see you guys in the next video.